Nate told me that this should be fine.
morning and welcome to Ivy Day. Today we begin the beginning of our commencement festivities. We give thanks this morning for this parade that connects us all through the generations that has brought us to this moment. Praise events management and alumni relations staff who helped pull this off for yet another year, rain or shine. Or even shine without rain. Praise the shoes, the dark shoes, the light shoes. Praise the signs. I'm trying to figure out my favorite one. I think 70's the new 50, without a doubt. Praise you, alums, and your costumes so that there might be no mistaking who you are and your place in the ancient arc of the Smith community. Praise you, alums whose minds and words and deeds of years past are now embedded in the brick and mortar of this place. Praise your recollections, your unique and precious friendships. May they continue to emerge and deepen for years to come. Praise Paradise Pond and its drainings and fillings, the fish and fowl that keep coming back, and the river and its sandy banks that has sometimes carried our sorrows and buoyed our joys when it bubbles up high onto the banks in a rainy spring. Praise Smith College, the housekeepers, the groundskeepers, how they have held and cared for us. Praise the cooks, how they have fed and nourished us. Praise all the professors. Praise their knowledge, their thinking, and praise the mucky soil of confusion when nourished by our toil yields the fruit of wisdom. Praise the staff, the deans, the program coordinators, the village builders, the behind-the-scenes directors. Praise their day in and day out work. Praise Otelia Cromwell, and her spirit moving from Round Hill Road to Center Campus to Chapin Lawn. Praise the voices that whisper, then speak, then shout from classrooms and seminars, from the student government to student engagement until they were heard. Praise the listeners. As we celebrate excellence today, let us not forget struggle. Let us not forget imagination. Let us praise each unique and quiet accomplishment. Praise each one of you here today. Praise you, seniors. You have planted a precious contribution into the ground of this place. Praise the ivy, and may this moment help us to grow our roots, wild and wonderful, into this broken but beautiful world. Let us begin.
Well, good morning. My fellow alumni, parents, friends of graduates, and members of the class of 2018. Happy Ivy Day! So my name is Susan Green. I'm here from Denver, Colorado. I was a psychology major at Smith. Come on, bring it on! And lived right in the middle of campus in wonderful Chapin House. There you go. It is my very great privilege to congratulate all of you seniors on your graduation tomorrow. It is really a truly remarkable accomplishment. I promise you that the value of your Smith education will continue to grow. Throughout your lives, you will reap abundant benefits from your time here in ways that are predictable, and maybe more importantly, in ways that will totally surprise you. Graduation, reunions, and Ivy Day celebrations are markers that remind all of us of the strength of our common experience as Smithies. Our shared experience extends across generations and connects us to this remarkable place and to one another. Ivy Day, as you've seen, is a powerful experience. It's certainly fun, the excitement and laughter, the funny signs, the recurring waves of red, yellow, blue, and green class ribbons, the cheers for each class as they march past the reviewing stand, and yet it is so much more. I clearly remember my graduation weekend in May 1968. I watched with fascination as the 50th reunion class marched past us, graduating seniors. I thought the 50th reunion class actually looked pretty spry, but oh, so old. That 50th reunion class graduated in 1918. Yeah, think about it. And what feels like, to me, an extraordinarily fast trajectory. Now I am in the 50th reunion class, and we are welcoming the class of 2018. It's amazing. Think about this. My classmates and I have cheered on 100 years of Smithies, parading through campus on Ivy Day. We have witnessed in their faces, in their demeanors, and in their stories 100 years of women's history, of political history, of social history, of economic history. We've witnessed the full cycle of women's lives. Now, you seniors, soon to be graduates and pretty soon to be alums, I want you to remember this on your first official Ivy Day. Pay attention. Be mindful when you return for your reunions over the decades. One day, in the very distant future, you will have your own 50th reunion. And you will be cheering on the graduating class of 2068. I know, it's really hard to believe, isn't it? You too will bear witness to a century of women's history and the common bond of being a lifelong Smithie. And who are we Smith women? We are a deep and diverse sisterhood of astonishing women from all kinds of different backgrounds, with Smith as our common bond. We are women who have proven to the doubters since 1871 that our education is indeed a blessing, as Sophia Smith envisioned, and not a threat to the world. We are women whose bravery, courage, and activism have moved our society forward in profound ways. We are women who became the firsts in our fields, and we continue to lead. We are women who have broken down high barriers and watched as the walls came tumbling down. Where will your movements take you, seniors? What barriers will you break? How will your world be different by 2068? What role will you play in the remaking and the reforming of our society? In the coming days, you will be starting new careers, beginning graduate school, moving to unfamiliar cities, maybe moving home. In short, starting new chapters in your lives. One thing you can be sure of is that the women here today, the women sitting next to you, on either side, in front of you, behind you, these are the women who are going to sustain you in the years ahead. You have a big Smith community, likely multiple Smith communities, no matter where your life takes you. I know this from experience. My Smith friends have been on my side forever, through joyous celebrations, job changes, personal challenges, it doesn't matter. They're always there. We all know that life is a series of ongoing changes and challenges, yet my Smith friends continue unchanged, loyal, loving, supportive, and really just plain fun. We have a good time together. For my classmates and I, when Rod Stewart sings, "In my heart, you'll always stay forever young," to us, those now are poignant and really bittersweet lyrics. They resonate deeply with us. So, my dear graduates, where and how does Smith as an institution and a global body of remarkable alumni fit into your life? You get to decide, and you have many opportunities to participate and to lead. The Alumni Association is forever your touch point to this amazing college. We are here to keep you connected to the campus and to each other. You will find your appreciation for Smith and what you experienced here will only deepen over time. When you are at the top of the world, share your talent, share your time, your treasure with the next generation of Smithies in the Alumni Association. Take the lead, help stimulate and initiate these special connections. Take another Smithie by the hand and bring her into our circle of Smith's global community. Remember, we're 48,000 strong. There are a lot of us out there. You'll both be glad you did. When you're out there in the world and perhaps find yourself struggling or unsure of your next move, turn to this incredible network of 48,000 women that you are now a part of. When you move to a new town, contact the local Smith Club for leads on everything you will need. Where to live, a social life, new friends, the best bar in town. These are really important pieces of information. Stay in touch, participate in affinity group programming, club programming, mentoring programs. Take advantage of our career and professional development workshops. Become a Smith volunteer. Join your local Smith Club. Attend your reunion. Submit some news to the quarterly. Be a mentor. Interview high school students for admissions. That is really an important job. So, please call on us if you begin the next chapter in your life and continue to do so through your years. We will embrace you, support you, and welcome you with open arms. I wish you all a wonderful commencement and reunion weekend. Thank you very much. And now I would like you to join me in welcoming to the podium our remarkable President Kathleen McCartney.
I'd rather be here than a royal wedding. How about you? Yeah? All right. Okay, let the games begin. You ready? Good morning and welcome everyone. This is my 5th Ivy Day celebration, and each year I experience anew just how moving and powerful it is to see our graduates and alumni dressed in white, marching together as one. This is a beautiful Smith tradition. I'm delighted to be here with the great class of 2018. And with parents, other family members and friends, and with the hundreds of alumni who are here celebrating milestone reunions. The class of 1968. They did change the world, it's true. The class of 1978, where are you? Let's hear you. The class of 1988. $1998 and 2008, when all those babies. It's a pleasure to welcome you all home to Smith College. This morning, we gather as a community to celebrate Smith. We celebrate the value of a Smith education. We celebrate the power of the work each of you will do throughout your lives. We celebrate your place in the long arc of the college's history. And now to the graduates, I speak to you. You've worked hard to earn your place today. Savor this moment. Make a memory that you will carry forward. You're part of a remarkable community of change makers and barrier breakers, artists and activists, teachers and scholars. In the years ahead, gain strength from this community. You'll take pride in your classmates and fellow alumni as you learn of their successes. You'll contribute to your communities and to the world. You'll manifest the commitment that all Smithies share, working to make the world more equitable, more just. You are Smith. In return, this college, your college, will forever be your intellectual home, a place you return to again and again for support and sustenance. As you begin your journey away from this campus, you undoubtedly have many questions about your future, and that may feel unsettling. Know that the alumni have never stopped asking questions, neither has the faculty or the staff or any one of us gathered here today. I started thinking about the act of questioning this past March when I read Zora Neale Hurston's Their Eyes Were Watching God. I suspect many of you have read this novel about an unconventional African-American woman named Janie Crawford. The book was first published in 1937 during the Great Depression. However, it didn't reach a wide audience until 1975, when Alice Walker published an article in Ms. Magazine about her search to find Hurston's unmarked grave in a segregated cemetery in Fort Pierce, Florida. We owe the resurrection of this novel, considered one of the most important works in the canon of American literature, to Walker. The novel charts Janie's development through three relationships as she struggles for a sense of self not available to African American women at the time, not even to independent souls like Janie, who were willing to make bold, unconventional choices. There are so many memorable lines from this masterpiece, and here's one that stayed with me. There are years that ask questions and years that answer. Hurston goes on to write, Janie had had no chance to know things, so she had to ask, did marriage end the cosmic loneliness of the unmated? Did marriage compel love like the sun, the day? So much of living consists of asking questions and searching for answers. As soon as young children begin to talk, they ask questions. Why? What happened? How come? Why not? They're eager to learn, and questions are a powerful tool for knowing. Like adults, children ask questions to address gaps in their knowledge, ambiguities they can't resolve, and inconsistencies they have detected through experiences. Children ask many more questions than adults because there is so much they need to learn about the world. Recently, my 3-year-old granddaughter wanted to know why the stars stay up in the sky. Why indeed? And when any of us, adult or child, finds an answer, it's a powerful moment. We are changed forever as a result of our newly acquired knowledge. Of all the species on this glorious planet, only humans ask questions. I suppose an evolutionary biologist might argue that the act of questioning is a selected trait. Those who ask questions found answers, increasing their probability of survival. Scholars love to speculate about the answers to questions. After all, scholars begin their work with a hypothesis, which is nothing more than a good question worth studying. Scholars work at the edge of knowledge, and happily so. Discovery is an exciting enterprise. In my own work, I have explored hypotheses about the role of experience in development, by asking questions about the effects of childcare and the effects of early childhood interventions. Throughout my academic career, questions have provided the rationale and motivation for my work. I suspect the same is true for nearly all of us here this morning. Each discipline has its methods, its rules for revelation, its routes to answers. There are few things as thrilling as having a new research finding to share with a community of scholars. Still, there's something different about the questions Janie poses about cosmic loneliness compared with the questions that children and scientists ask in order to build a knowledge base. Throughout the novel, Janie asks questions about the nature of the human condition, especially as experienced through relationships with friends, neighbors, lovers, and with God. The questions we all return to again and again are the existential ones. They concern, by definition, the essence of existence. Sometime around the age of 11 or 12, we have the cognitive ability for internal hypothesis testing. By this I mean that we begin to consider and test big questions in our minds. Can you remember the first time you asked yourself whether there's a God or what happens when you die? You were probably around 11 or 12. This is also the age when you begin to ask questions about life itself. What is a life well lived? How do you find purpose in life? How do you know the ethical thing to do? Do these questions have answers? That in itself is a good question. I've given this a great deal of thought in my 63 years. Despite the uncertainties, the mysteries, and the wonders of life, it's clear to me that we are meaning makers by design. In other words, each of us constructs a notion of reality as we make sense of this world. This is a common enough idea in sociology and communication theory. Yet it's hardly surprising that thinking about deeply held beliefs as social constructions might make us feel a bit untethered from time to time. Recently, over dinner, I shared Hurston's quote with a friend as we discussed the fact that there are indeed phases of life when the answers escape us. Then my friend remembered fragments of a quote by the poet Rainer Maria Rilke. We took out our cell phones, Googled the lines he remembered, and read these words together. Be patient towards all that is unsolved in your heart, and try to love the questions themselves, like locked rooms and like books that are now written in a very foreign tongue. Do not seek the answers, which cannot be given, because you would not be able to live them. And the point is to live everything. Live the questions now. Perhaps you will then gradually, without noticing it, live along some distant day into the answer. I think Zora Neale Hurston would agree with Rilke. She ends her novel with Janie delineating two tasks that each of us must do alone: to go to God and to find out about living for ourselves. At its core, Hurston's novel calls us to find out about living for ourselves. What a remarkable opportunity and privilege that is. Perhaps being unsatisfied by the answers motivates change in a way that being satisfied never could. When you think about it, the status quo is rather boring. Good questions, on the other hand, are never boring. Questions about who we are and why we are here, questions about the discoveries we are meant to make and the work we are meant to do, questions about a life well lived, and of course, questions about why the stars stay up in the sky. Seniors, at this moment, as you set out from this remarkable college, alumni, as you embrace every new phase of life, love the questions, each and every one. I suspect Hurston is right, that some years will provide the answers if we are patient enough. Thank you. Thank you so much. And now I call upon Sayeda Zenob Akdes Rizvi, class of 2018, to deliver the expression of student gratitude.
Thank you, President McCartney. I am honored to be standing in front of you and telling you about my Smith journey. My name is Zainab Akdes Rizvi, and I'm a proud member of the class of 2018. In the audience are my parents, Mama and Baba, and my two younger brothers, Muhammad and Ali. And they're visiting Smith for the first time from Karachi, Pakistan. I'm the first person in my family to go to college abroad, and I would not be standing here today without their unwavering support throughout these 4 years. I had never visited the United States before applying to colleges, so reputation and word of mouth played a major role in deciding where to apply. At my high school's career fair, I spoke with Sharmeen Ubaid Chinoy, class of 2002, also here today, and she encouraged me to consider Smith when I expressed an interest in storytelling and journalism. She told me about Smith's curriculum that encourages taking classes in a variety of different disciplines. Soon after, I decided to apply early decision. Little did I know that I would fully explore so many diverse options in the curriculum and go from English to double majoring in computer science and statistical and data sciences. I still remember the moment I received my acceptance letter. It was in the middle of the night in Karachi, and I had not slept a wink in anticipation of the decision. I logged into the admissions portal and then ran upstairs to my parents to wake them up and to tell them the good news. The excitement, however, came with anxiety. I knew I wouldn't be able to attend Smith without a generous scholarship. I distinctly remember getting on a phone call with the head of Student Financial Services, David Belanger, at 3 a.m. in Karachi to discuss the specifics of my family's financial situation. A few weeks later, I received the second piece of good news, an adjusted financial aid package that would make it possible for me and my family to be able to afford a Smith education. When I arrived here for my first semester, I had already picked out 4 writing-intensive courses to be on track for the English major. My liberal arts advisor said to me, "Zainab, I think you should try at least one STEM course to diversify your course load a little." Too frightened by the hard sciences and the long labs, I decided to take the Introduction to Computer Science course. I found it thrilling and even oddly empowering to write computer programs that would make little fish bounce on my screen. Through the support of tutors, faculty, and peers, I was able to overcome my fear of the sciences and do well in my first STEM class at Smith. As part of my work-study position, I was a peer advisor at the Lazarus Center for Career Development. Students around me were getting accepted to internships ranging from startups to world-class research labs, while I still couldn't decide on a major. But soon, these students began to inspire me. I began to wonder if I could apply for one of these amazing and terrifying opportunities. I applied for an internship at a financial firm in New York City, And when I was accepted for the technology summer analyst position, I got the confidence to challenge myself and commit to computer science as my major. During my sophomore year, I was inspired to help the community do more to address the wide gender gap that currently exists in technology. And so with the support of my advisor, Professor Nick Howe, I started a Northampton chapter of Girls Who Code, a national movement to introduce schoolgirls to computer science. I also became a computer science teaching assistant here on campus, which gave me the opportunity to interact with other Smithies who were also considering the major. Last summer, I was ecstatic when I was selected to intern with Google in Mountain View, California. However, my excitement was clouded by nervousness about ongoing immigration issues and work visa restrictions for foreign nationals. I'm grateful for Sydney Davis at Google, class of 2008, who allayed my fears by working through my options for staying in the US after graduation. This is just one of the many examples set by the Smith community, including current students, faculty, staff, and alumni, where they go out of their way to help each other when unexpected situations arise. I remember walking into the office of Professor Jordan Krauser, class of 2008. One day, my junior year, saying that I have suddenly realized that I wanted to go to graduate school for computer science. I knew I was behind schedule as I didn't have any research experience, but he encouraged me to maximize the time I had remaining at Smith. He supervised my special studies, where we analyzed bias in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, and he gave me the individual attention I would not have received at any other institution. I went on to do an honors thesis with Professor Joseph O'Rourke in computational geometry my senior year, which has been one of my most fulfilling academic experiences at Smith. The access to undergraduate research allowed me to work in two very different but interdisciplinary fields. This summer, I will be working as a research assistant at UPenn before joining full-time as a software engineer at Google. My desire to go to graduate school for a PhD in computer science is stronger than ever, and I feel much more prepared for it. All of my amazing experiences have been a collaborative effort through the larger Smith community. The friendships I have formed here are perhaps my biggest takeaway from my 4 years here. For 3 out of those 4 years, I've had the privilege of knowing Gina Fusco at the Lazarus Center, who I affectionately call my Smith mom. When I was severely ill, surrounded by nurses, and quarantined at Cooley Dickinson Hospital, Gina cradled me in her arms and told me I'd be okay. I met my best friend, Surur Gandhi, during the 2016 election watching party. From reading Urdu poetry together, to cramming the night before our art history final, to dissecting New York Times articles endlessly, or just arguing about who makes chai that is just the right color. Surur, you have been an extraordinary friend, and I hope we can be best friends forever. The support I have received from Smith has never ceased. From emergency root canals, thank you, Dean Caitlin, to teaching me how to thrive in an increasingly uncertain political climate, to making graduate school in computer science a possibility for someone who was too afraid to take her first STEM course. The opportunities I've had here are more than I could have imagined 4 years ago. I am even more excited to be part of a network of remarkable Smithies long after I graduate. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2018.
What a delight to hear from one of our astonishing students. Thank you, Zeneb, for your inspiring words, for sharing your enthusiasm, your gratitude, and your Smith story. Good morning, everyone, and welcome home to Smith. I'm Beth Rafeld. I'm the Vice President for Development and the Interim Vice President for Alumni Relations. It is our distinct honor to have you all here for this wonderful celebration of Smith and Smith women in the world. The Smith College Ivy Day tradition began in 1884 when the graduating class planted ivy to symbolize their lifelong connection and dedication to Smith. All these years later, Ivy Day represents the moment when our community comes together in recognition of the important role of women's education and the power of Sophia Smith's founding vision for this great college. There's nothing more exciting than to gather together smart, innovative, ambitious Smithies. You are a force to be reckoned with. We see this in the sheer numbers of you here today, and we see it in your remarkable engagement in so many ways and your philanthropic support for Smith. Every gift is a powerful endorsement and vote of confidence in our mission to educate women of promise for lives of distinction and purpose. However, just as important as the impact of the dollars raised by each class here today is the participation percentage of alumni stepping forward in support of Smith. The more people who give to Smith, the more competitive we are among our peers, and the higher our national ranking. Thanks in large part to all of you, together we are keeping Smith strong. So this morning I have the pleasure of recognizing your Smith spirit and your generosity by announcing the awards for recognition attendance and class fundraising. Women supporting women. There is nothing more powerful. Throughout Smith's 147-year history, donations of all sizes, large and small, from alumni, parents, families, and friends, have expanded our campus, have supported our distinguished faculty, have funded scholarships, strengthened the curriculum, and built new programs. Alumni have given their time, talent, and treasures to keep Smith at the forefront of higher education. This is a matter of tremendous pride and worthy of this public celebration. In that spirit, I would like to acknowledge the extraordinary contributions of each class here with us today. Would class fundraising volunteers please stand as your class totals and awards are announced. Starting with the great class of 2008, celebrating your 10th reunion. Over the past 5 years, you have collectively raised $57,669 with an average class participation rate of 23%. Congratulations, class of 2008. And congratulations also for winning your participation challenge with our sister school, Mount Holyoke College. The wonderful class of 1998. In celebration of your 20th reunion, you have raised, over the past 5 years, a total of $170,577. With an average participation rate of 24%. Thank you. Celebrating your 30th reunion, the class of 1988. In the past 5 years, you have raised a grand total of $1,000,000 $330,402. With, by our calculations, an average 28% of your class participating, but I understand you had a lively class dinner last night, and the participation rate has gone up to 32. Thank you. The wonderful class of 1978. Celebrating your 40th reunion, you have raised a 5-year gift of $1,443,890, with an average percentage rate of 32% participation from your class. And of course, the fabulous 50th reunion class, 1968. Each year, a special award is given to the reunion class that raises the largest gift over the 5 years since its last reunion. I think you have that record. Your 5-year total gift is $17.5 million. I promised the class that I would say it correctly. $17.5 million, $1,968. 1968. With a record-breaking average participation of 74% of the class. Thank you, that is incredible. While I have the class of 1968's attention, I would like to announce that you have also won the award for the highest participation of classmates in attendance at reunion, with 42% of your class here for the weekend, and the highest number of classmates at 230 of you here to join. And if that isn't enough, the class of 1968 has also won the prestigious Gray Court Society Award, which goes to the class with the greatest number of new members who have included the college in their estate plans since your last reunion. Thank you, thank you. Class President Neely Brown, will you please stand so that we can bring you your awards. Another round of applause for the class of 1968. In addition to all these fabulous alumni and reunion classes, we have here today parents and families of our graduating seniors. As a mom, I know firsthand the pride you are feeling watching your daughters transform from Smith students to Smith alumni right before your eyes. Your support began when you applauded your daughter's choice to come to Smith. Thank you for sharing your daughters. Additionally, through your gifts to the Smith Fund and the engagement through the Smith Families Network, you've demonstrated your unwavering commitment to your daughter's success and in support of women's education. This year, parents have contributed nearly $900,000 to the college, and we are very grateful for your additional support. One of the most powerful ways that alumni show their pride to Smith is by giving annually and consistently to the Smith Fund, and therefore being counted in our participation numbers every year. We honor these devoted supporters, all of whom have given at least 5 consecutive years as our Smith Stars. Your commitment reflects your deep desire to ensure Smith's continued excellence on the shoulders of generations of alumni who have come before you. This type of consistent giving is critical to Smith's financial health, and we invite everyone to join in becoming a Smith Star in your consistent annual donations to the college. All Smith Stars here today have a star on your name tag, and could I please ask all Smith Stars to stand and be recognized. I would also like to congratulate the great class of 1968 for having the most Smith Stars here this weekend. And finally, to the great graduating class of 2018. You have conducted a successful senior class campaign spearheaded by your classmate, Alana Young. Alana, your total raised is $4,354. And just as importantly, 31% of you have participated in this initial gift to the college. We're so very proud of you and are uplifted by your sense of gratitude to embrace the spirit of philanthropy that is a deep Smith tradition, providing support for the students who will follow you in years to come. We also thank President McCartney and Chair of the Board, Debbie Duncan, for their matching gifts that also contributed to your class total. In founding her namesake college, Sophia Smith in 1871 bequeathed the establishment of an institution for the higher education of young women for lives of distinction. Every story you tell about our astonishing graduates, every gift you make, every good word that you say about Smith, every connection that we make to another Smith woman is evidence that we are living up to Sophia's vision. Be proud of Smith. Be proud of each other. Thank you all for everything you do to keep Smith strong. I now invite Senior Class President Latifa Al-Modar to the stage. To accept on behalf of the class of 2018, 2 important gifts. Latifa, while we are certain that your class's commitment, intelligence, leadership skills, and creativity will surely guarantee your success, we also want to give you seed money to make reaching that success a little bit easier. From the Office of Alumni Relations, we present you, I think, with a gift in the amount of $2,000 for your 2018 class treasury. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Latifa? And one more gift, Latifa. Additionally, on behalf of the 50th reunion class of 1968, I invite Class President Neely Brown to the stage, to the podium, to present a gift.
We, the class of 1968 from Smith, on the occasion of our 50th anniversary, are pleased to announce a gift of $2,018 to the class of 2018 as seed money for their 50th reunion, which will be in 2068.
Would Hannah Cohen Smith, class of 2018, please come forward to lead us in Gariamo Sikitur. Nice job, Beth. All right. Knock 'em dead.
Gaudeamus igitur, juvenestum sumus. Gaudeamus igitur, juvenestum sumus. Post iucundam juventutem, post molestam senectutem, nos habebitumus, nos habebitumus. Iubi sunt qui ante nos, in mundo fuere, transeas ad superos, habeas ad inferos, post iucundam juventutem, post molestam senectutem, nos habebitumus, nos habebitumus. Vivat Academia, vivunt professores, vivat Academia, vivunt professores, vivat membrum quod libet, vivant membra qui libet, semper sint in flore, semper sint in flore.
Would Susan Etheridge, Dean of the College and Vice President for Campus Life, and Joe O'Rourke, Interim Provost and Dean of the Faculty, please come forward to award the prizes to degree candidates and recognize honors received by the graduating class.
Good morning. I'm Susan Etheridge, Dean of the College and a proud member of the class of 1977. I offer my congratulations to the great class of 2018. And today I have the great privilege of announcing the names of seniors who have distinguished themselves in particular academic pursuits and in service to the college. Although prize winners from all 4 classes are listed in your program, only graduating senior prize winners are announced today. Please refer to your program to see the names and the descriptions of the particular prizes each student has won. Most of these prizes have not yet been announced, so the recipients will be surprised. Prize winners, take note. Go to the prize table at the entrance to the ITT under the sign Prizes and Awards, and you will receive a letter revealing what your prize is. We will have a chance to applaud all of the winners when I finish reading the names. There are many names. And then we'll have a round of applause at the very end. So now, are you ready? Here are the seniors awarded the prizes in each department. Alumni Association, Madeline Elwell, Jung-Un Lee. American Studies, Catherine Johnny Hanks. Mariah Dougherty Wood. Anthropology, Samantha Elizabeth Bergman. Maya Tong Fan Woodbury Urslev. Art, Samantha Bryce. Claire Lillian Kerper. Sasha Kolomatsky. Zoe Isabella Matrician. Yu Yan. Astronomy, Rachel Eileen O'Connor. Athletics, Megan Suslovic. Biochemistry, Nicole Frumento. Biological Sciences, Yongju An. Haley Marie Baravecchia. Nicole Frumento. Audrey Corbin Gibson. Bethany Gulla Devaney. Rebecca Ann Kumsma. Madeline Ann Meadows McDonald. Taryn Lee Mueller. Angela Colleen O'Donnell. Linda A. Patterson. Ellie Stone. Nivan. Kalani Marie Williams. Buddhist Studies, Chung Liu. Helen Hills Chapel. Yvette A. Viramontes. Chemistry, Mayraid Elizabeth Bartlett. Cindy Chen. Nicole Frumento. Emma Florence Gubbins. Peyton Higgins. Jesse Noah Craigie. Anisha Tiagi. Ginny Young. Classics, Allegra Davis. Catherine Margaret Grykowski. Caroline Elizabeth Labriola. Comparative Literature, Molly A. Hurd. Computer Science, Zenab Akhtas Rizvi. Emma Taylor Stevenson. Dance, Julia Hawk Antonozzi. Office of the Dean of the College, Tiara Ebony Austin. Jisoo Jung. Tamar Lee France. Samira Ruth Haddad. Claire Lillian Kerper. Sama Khan. Beverly Lipsy. Elizabeth Stefani. Kalani Marie Williams. Debate Society, Catherine Etienne. East Asian Languages and Literatures, Elizabeth A. Naj. Nina Bai Shu. East Asian Studies, Samantha Elizabeth Bergman. Economics, Boywen Chen. Gyotzi Chen, Natalia Jenna Krasiglowa, Lu Liu, Venok Wen, Ren To, Peyton Zhao, Yising Chung. Education and Child Study, Archer Cleo Meyer. Engineering, Samantha Rose Bile, Jenny Vaughn, Charlotte Catherine Berg, Kei-Ching Ding, Chenille Joy Lafayette, Marcia Rojas, Maya Slyman, Amelia W. Wagner. English, Mariana Eleftheria Apostolakis, Liza Cassidy Jeswald Bousquet, Zoe Rose Kriegler Vink, Ewan Jean Hill, Sabrina Coe, Renu Lindberg, Kimberly Liu, Precious Chica Musa, Emma K. Pakiana, Caroline Myrie Previti, Marie Catherine Wilkin, Janelle Tan, Environmental Science and Policy Program, Ariana Tashira Banks, Christine Chu, Alexandra Rosemary Davis, Madeline Ann Meadows McDonald, Elizabeth A. Naj, Megan R. Suslovic, Film and Media Studies, Alexandra Helen Ostrowski Schilling, French Studies, Katrina G. Anderson, Mayreed Elizabeth Bartlett, Darby Eliza Bates, Isabel Elise Bungie, Megan Christina Carrera Raleigh, Greta Claire Donkers, Madigan Yanda Drummond, Isabel McGinnis Fredericks, Shuli Hu, Kiansha Wang, Emily Elizabeth Kowalik, Jody Paisley Joy Lowe, Vivian M. Morris, Allison Jennifer Paranka, Carolyn Jane Polis, Julia Ann Carrero, I'll read that one again, Julia Ann Portocarrero, Nicole I. Rondon, Yingchi Chong, Geosciences, Casey L. Armanetti, Molly Dennison Peak, German Studies, Nathaniel David Clark, Sophie Jella Sherry, Tinwa Chu, Government, Sarah E. Feldman, Tinwa Chu, History, Emily Rose Hamilton, Catherine Margaret Greikowski, Deirdre Mary Murphy, Evelyn Marcille Parker, Inclusion, Diversity, and Equity, Jong-un Lee, Tracy D. Williams, Italian Studies, Camila Eigen Zucchi, Naomi T. Jahan, Angelica Silvana Radke, the Jandon Center for Community Engagement, Sudi Abdirahman, Lisa Guido, Jewish Studies, Hunter Rose Myers. Teddy H.E. Schneider. Landscape Studies, Zoe Marie Zanbergen. Latin American and Latino Studies, Lillian Martinez. Yvette A. Viramontes. Mathematics and Statistics, Samantha Marie Kamau. Sifan Jiang. Jiaomei Li. Yishuan Zhang. Medieval Studies, Lucia Simova. Middle East Studies, Emily Chase Donahue. Music, Darby Eliza Bates. Bella Athena Chow. Victoria Rose Clayton. Emily Matz. Megan Devane Mendenhall. Yi Ning. Sophia Tan Hewson. Lisa Morgan Utzig. Neuroscience, Samantha Bryce. Amalia Rose Driller Colangelo. I'm reading that one again. Amalia Rose Driller Colangelo. Philosophy, Zhang Liu. Physics, Darby Eliza Bates. Isabel Elise Bungie. Maya Emma Gilbert Domshek. Sarur Gandhi. Yanwu O. Carson O. Patterson. Sophia Ten Hewson. Alicia Daya Vera. Dakota June Young. Psychology, Juliana Rose Calabrese. Religion, Enos Janhangir. Hunter Rose Myers. Russian, East European, and Eurasian Studies, Jacqueline Ritchie Dunham. Sociology, Tiara Ebony Austin. Megan Ashley Cook. Jessica Eliana Feinberg. Sarah Christine DeBacco Morrison. South Asia Concentration, Liza Cassidy Jeswald Bousquet. Spanish and Portuguese, Haley Marie Baravecchia. Madeline Wren Carroll. Ilana Schiller Weiss. Statistical and Data Sciences, Wenzong Li. Theater, Jessie Acevedo. Emma Claire Cook. Zoe Rose Kriegler-Venk. Erica Gail Linderman. Teresa Elizabeth Miles. Serena Yao. Program for the Study of Women and Gender, Tucker Rose Barker. Greta Claire Donkers. Zara Emilda Ferrari. Molly Ray McGuire. Izzy Pearl Owen. Priscilla Takandwa Zemperi. Samantha Callie Stoller. And now, congratulations, a grand round of applause.
I am interim provost and dean of the faculty, but today I'm mainly Zenob's thesis advisor. I bring you greetings on behalf of the faculty to Let's see if you're tired of this yet. The class of 2018. The Smith faculty has nurtured your intellectual growth. We have celebrated the accomplishments of this class with delight throughout your time with us, in classrooms and labs, in music and theater performances, and art exhibits, athletics, student government, community engagement. You've made us proud. Given your impressive accomplishments, it's a special pleasure to introduce those members of the class of 2018 who we honor for excellence in their overall academic achievement during their careers at Smith. Since there are many and their names are printed in the program, I will not read them individually, but let me ask recipients of the awards and honors to stand as a group at the appropriate moment to receive the well-deserved accolades of all of us present. At Smith, students are eligible for election to 8 National Honor Societies. 14 members of the class of 2018 have been elected to Delta Phi Alpha for excellence in the study of German. Please rise. 13 members of the class of 2018 have been elected to Mu Sigma Rho for excellence in the field of statistics. Please rise. Eight members of the class of 2018 have been elected to Nu Rho Psi, the National Honor Society for Nu Rho Science. Please rise. 18 members of the class of 2018 have been elected to Psi Chi for excellence in the field of psychology. Please stand. "23 members of the class of 2018 have been elected to Pi Sigma Alpha, the National Political Science Honor Society. Please rise. 124 members of the class of 2018 and 1 graduate student have been elected to Sigma Xi on the basis of their demonstrated excellence in the field of science. Please rise. "11 members of the class of 2018 have been elected to Tau Beta Kappa for excellence in the field of engineering. Please stand. And finally, 64 members of the class of 2018 have been elected to Phi Beta Kappa in recognition of overall academic achievement. Please stand. Let's recognize all of these. Next, I would like to recognize honors conferred by departments. Departmental honors are a long-standing tradition at Smith that permits students to work independently and in depth on a topic of particular interest to them in their major field. You will see the titles and their theses along with the names of the faculty advisors printed in the program. 88 members of the class of 2018 have completed the program and have been awarded one of 3 categories of honors. May I introduce first those 15 members of the program awarded honors in their major. Please stand. Next, those 37 awarded high honors. And lastly, those 36 awarded highest honors. May I ask you to rise? Finally, it is my pleasure to introduce those who are receiving Latin honors. For 48 years, conferral of the baccalaureate degree with Latin honors has been based on the level of achievement over the last 3 years of the college program. 106 members of the class of 2018 have earned this designation by the high level of their performance. First, may I introduce those 68 who will receive the degree cum laude, and please add to the list Megan McGarren, Hannah Cohen-Smith, and Wang Yumong. Please stand. Next, those 30 students who will receive the degree magna cum laude, and please add Enos Jahangir to the list. Please rise. Finally, we know how hard each of you worked to earn your degree, so it seems only fitting to bestow a special mark on those whose work has earned the rare honor of summa cum laude with highest praise. As I read their names, I ask these graduates to come forward to the stage to receive a special tassel and braid to be worn throughout the commencement ceremonies. Samantha Rose Bile. Sarita Kim Po Chu. Ku Chin Ding. Jessica Eliana Feinberg. Nadia Imran Huncha. Jenna Elizabeth Campbell. Emily Hawley Rupel. And Megan Suslovic. Congratulations. To all our graduates, on behalf of the faculty, I offer our warm congratulations and best wishes for continued success. You came to Smith as women of promise, and now you're leaving to lead lives of distinction and promise. We wish you a proud and fond farewell, and we look forward to learning of your future accomplishments and to welcoming you back as alumni. Thank you.
And now I call upon Senior Class President Latifa Almadar to join me for the traditional planting of the ivy. Would Hannah Cohen-Smith come forward once again to lead us in singing the Smith College Alumni Song?
Alma Mater, Smith College, source of memories long to live. gifts you give. Alma mater, many are the gifts you give. Joy of friendship, joy of learning, time to wander, search and see, treasure hold in hearts returning through the years to be. Alma mater, Smith College, ever close to
Thank you, Hannah. As we close today's ceremony, I'm struck by the power of the day in our community and our shared history. It's a history of leadership and connection, of bringing to life Sophia Smith's vision of women using their education to do the most good to the greatest number. Each of you sustains that vision through your own commitment to this great college, to your communities in the world. Thank you all for being here. Enjoy the weekend. See you all day and tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you.